This is TJ with Tech Made Easy. Welcome to the channel. On this channel, our goal is to make things affordable, practical, and easy. Today we're going to talk about video cards, GPUs. It's a great time to be into gaming. The new cards that are out now, the NVIDIA 3000 series and AMD 6000 series, look to be great cards. The only problem is that we can't get them. So what do you do if you want to get into gaming? What's really hard to face is you can get into a $300 card, say a 360, or even a $400 card, and where cards today are still going for $1,000 in the 20 series. So let's talk about the realization of video cards today and what to do if you need to get into a card and get into a card now. So let's get started. One thing I want to talk about today is GPUs or graphic cards, gaming cards. With today's market, it's very difficult if you're just getting into gaming, knowing what card to buy, how much to pay. But I will say this much: I deal a lot with the used hand market. All the cards I've ever bought are used. There's great value in buying used, but even that used hand market now is going nuts. I've seen GTX 1660s go over $300. I mean, I remember paying $320 for my RTX 2060. And so now's the time to be practical, just because. And I've been looking at the used hand market. It's not as crazy as it was a couple of weeks ago. I am seeing 1660s, and I look at the TIs more than anything. I figured on the used market I'm going to get the highest model of whatever card I'm going for. That they're reasonable. They're in the low 200s now. I mean, you could probably still pay over $300 for one. And then the 1070s have come into the $270, $240 range. The good thing is the 2080s have come down. Still, it's hard to justify buying a 2080 at $700 when you can get a 3080 for $700, but you can't get a 3080 for $700. You can't get a 2070. You can't get a 3060. You can't get a 3080, a 3070, or a 3060. The same thing on the AMD side. So it's like, what do you do? My advice is to look at the low end market and just see what you can get away with until these cards come readily available. And I personally, I don't think they're going to be available. Some people are saying February. The problem is, as soon as any cards would come out, boom, they're gone. I don't think they're going to be readily available until almost the summertime. So I'm saying, optimistically February, but I'm thinking midsummer. And part of the problem is too is that there just isn't a lot of low end cards being made, and so it's pushing the low end market up. But you can find deals out there. And if right now, if you do more than esports gaming and you want to get into AAA gaming, I would suggest the 1650 Super, not the non-Super, but the Super. I do have a video series on getting into AAA gaming at 60 frames per second in high or ultra high mode for $350. That's the complete system, and the GTX 1650 is a great price point. You can usually find those anywhere between $130 and $160. If they were in stock, $160 what you used to pay for them new, but I bought them for $130, and the last time I bought, because there was no new ones, and my friend of mine wanted a card right away, we ended up paying $160. Still a great value. It's going to hold its. The reason why I say look at the low end market, look at what you can see, what you can get by with, until the other cards, the newer cards, become more readily available, is that the lower price cards aren't going to drop. So when it's time for you, when they are available, you can buy your new card and you can sell that 1650 for pretty much the same price that you're buying it for now. So the higher you go up in a card, once these cards are available, it is going to affect their price. Right now it's not, because they're not available. So, but I have noticed that I don't pay as much attention to the AMD used market, although I did pick up a 5500 for $155, which is pretty good. XT. But I have noticed that the 1660s are coming down to a reasonable price again, $200 to $250. The 1070s, $270 to $240. But again, and then you're talking the 2070s are in the $450 to $500 range. The 1080s are actually coming down. I think they're around $300 to $400. And then you got the 2080s are approaching the $700 mark. So, but you just have to be careful when you're paying a higher price for those other cards, because when the other cards are readily available, then those cards are going to lose their value. Right now, they're holding their value really well, if not even more. But I was blown away that people were paying over $300 for a GTX 1660. It's just blowing me away. But I saw auctions going on for that amount of money, and people listing them for that amount of money and selling them for that amount of money. It just blows me away. So I know it's a hard time, and it's a frustrating time to get into gaming, or if you even want to upgrade, just because these new cards are not available. But hopefully this is helpful. Sometimes you have to be practical, and this might be one of those times that you be practical, and then, like I said, as soon as the cards are readily available, get the card that you want and sell your other card on the used market. So thanks for coming to the channel. Check out my other videos. Check out the video on AAA gaming at 60 frames per second or higher for in high and ultra high mode for $350. And then I have a lot more other videos coming out. I have one coming out on 1440p gaming at 60 frames per second or higher for $500. And then I've got tons of more comparisons coming out. I've got a series on servers, on Plex, a lot of multimedia stuff coming up. But again, thanks for coming to the channel. Have a great day and happy gaming.